Good morning, girls, and welcome back to a new video. For today's video, we are actually about to head to the grocery store, come back and do a little bit of summer hormone healing meal prep. We have been like ping pong balls for the last 4 weekends. We have not been at our house. Today is Sunday. It's Sunday the 6th, so it is right after the 4th of July when I'm filming this video, and it will be the first full week, this upcoming week, that we will be home, which is mind-blowing because essentially since school has gotten out, we've been back and forth and back and forth. And so I'm excited to, one, feel as though I am able to get back into the swing of my routines. I've still been, of course, on all of my supplements, getting in at least 10K steps per day, getting some incredible sleep. Last night, I think my sleep score was a 93 or a 94. I slept unbelievable. I took 4 of my magnesium breakthrough before bed. I paired that with a little liver loving tea and knocked myself out. But I am ready to get back into the swing of things of being at home, cooking more meals, because honestly, I've just been throwing together really quick and easy meals because I didn't want to buy too much produce and I didn't want to buy too many things to have around the house, knowing that we'd only be home for 3 or 4 days and then gone for either 4 or 3 days. So I'm excited to hang out with you girls today. I have an entire grocery list on my phone. I'm going to pop on the screen here the meals and things that I'm going to be prepping with all of you today to nourish my nervous system, nourish my hormones, and help my family feel as though they are eating the most nutrient-dense and delicious foods that I can prepare for them, at the same time being really conscientious of beautiful, bright, seasonal flavors. So let's go ahead and head off to the grocery store. Okay, all the groceries are put away. I'm starting to wash the produce. I'm washing the green grapes first. I've just lit a candle. I realized as I was lighting the candle, I'm like, people are probably like, what the heck? How is she lighting a candle when she's constantly talking about ways to keep your air quality purified and always using the most beautiful essential oil blends? But one of the moms on Ronan's soccer team makes homemade coconut wax and apricot wax candles with essential oils. This one is literally coconut, apricot, bergamot, and saffron. It smells absolutely delicious. So it looked like it was about to start raining, like it got really dark, and I was like, you know what? Instead of popping on the diffuser, let's light a candle, and now the sun has come back out. But I do think that it is going to thunderstorm this afternoon. So I was like, let's set the vibe, let's get the music going as we are beginning to meal prep. And so my approach, and I always say this in all of my meal prep videos, but my approach is to prep ingredients. We are going to put together some actual meals. We're going to put together a BLT butter bean salad from Living Well that is absolutely delicious. I'm also going to be putting together a baked good to have on hand for the mornings because I like to pair that with one of my proteins or in the middle of the day. If I'm craving a carb, I am on a very higher protein diet. My goal every single day is around 100 to 105 grams of protein. But when I am craving a carb, I either reach for a fruit, which we're going to get to next. I either reach for a fruit or a homemade baked good. Those are kind of my go-tos. In addition to that, how pretty are those greens? Like, I'm very much a simplistic girl when it comes to florals. I do love some pretty beautiful flowers. But I will say too, like these greens at Whole Foods today, I was like, those look so beautiful and so stunning. And for the summer months when it's so hot out, it's like 93 degrees. I know I have this sweater on, but I do have shorts on. But because the air conditioning is cranked so high in here and inside Whole Foods, it was freezing. I knew that I needed a sweater. But when it is so hot outside, I don't get a ton of fresh flowers because I find that even with the air conditioning, they wilt so quickly. Washing up fresh produce, especially in the summer, and having it on hand is such a unbelievable unlock for your hormones. And so green grapes are often an overlooked fruit, but they are a rich source of resveratrol. And resveratrol is amazing for estrogen metabolism and your mitochondria. And your mitochondria is your cellular energy. And when you can properly metabolize your estrogen, it takes the load off your liver. And in addition to that, it supports your metabolic function. And I am moving into my follicular phase, and green grapes are a beautiful food to include if you are somebody who focuses on cycle syncing. Now, we did talk about that in last week's video, or was it 2 videos ago? I actually think it was 2 weeks ago. I will have that video linked for you in the description box down below, how to unlock your most incredible energy potential. Some simple tips and tricks and hacks for moms. I broke it into 3 different buckets, and I talked about, obviously, cycle syncing. I have an entire playlist here on my channel that I will also have linked for you in the description box down below. But regulating your estrogen metabolism through foods like green grapes that are also anti-inflammatory. Speaking of anti-inflammatory, I bought strawberries and blueberries, as you would have seen when I was unpacking the groceries. I also purchased some cherries, and I talked about this in that video that I did 2 weeks ago about sleep and making sure that you get enough sleep, obviously, to ensure that you have the most energy the next day. I use many tools, one being the BioOptimizer's Magnesium Breakthrough. This video is not in collaboration with them, but using tools like the magnesium is a great way to get and induce your most incredible, deep, restful sleep. Sleep is imperative for our liver, and our liver metabolizes our hormones. Well, in addition to that, eating foods that are anti-inflammatory and support your liver and also help your body's own production of melatonin. Cherries are a beautiful, rich source of vitamin C. They are also rich of polyphenols. And in addition to that, those anti-inflammatory properties are great for our overall hormone metabolism. So when we are talking about hormones, we are thinking, of course, of estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. In addition to that, I've talked about this in many videos, but our insulin plays a huge role in the way that our body metabolizes the rest of our hormones. So it is really imperative for us to eat foods that are rich in anti-inflammatory properties and are a beautiful source of polyphenols. So washing up all of the fruits that I'm going to be washing, like our berries, our strawberries, and our blueberries. Strawberries are an amazing source of vitamin C. If you are somebody who is in perimenopause, highly focusing on your vitamin C intake is imperative for healthy adrenal and progesterone production. I've been talking on my channel how I'm doing a really high dose vitamin C protocol throughout the summer to see what I can do with my progesterone levels. I am also on bioidentical progesterone. I've been on hormone replacement therapy for some time, but I'm also testing natural forms and natural capacities to raise my progesterone. Topical hormones is one of my favorite ways to do that. I will have an entire guide for you linked in the description box down below. Plant-based topical hormones that I see work wonders on labs in my nutrition practice, but bringing in beautiful sources of vitamin C and fiber are incredible for your adrenals and your progesterone. So things like strawberries and blueberries. Now, I know all of this seems like low-hanging fruit. Pun intended there. All of this seems like low-hanging fruit. Like, yeah, it's berries, it's grapes, it's cherries. But I'm hopeful, and I always say this, I'm hopeful that when you understand the mechanisms behind why we eat these foods and how they impact your, not only your hormone health, but your overall vitality, your mitochondrial health, your actual cellular energy, you will feel more motivated to include them in your diet on a daily basis. And through doing so, this will be an expansive way to heal your body and to ensure that your hormones are regulated as closely as we can, but they are regulated and they are functioning in an optimal capacity. I had to take off my sweater really quick. It was getting so hot in this kitchen, but the house literally smells like baked goods and bacon. So the bacon is almost done cooking. I'm going to let that fully cool, and then I'm gonna throw together our salad. I'm currently washing up parsley for the BLT butter bean salad, and then cilantro to have on hand for the rest of the week for salads, for tacos, for all types of recipes. Just washing up those two now. I am not washing up the mint though, because I do find that when I wash the basil and the mint, it goes bad faster. So I do want to, fingers crossed, make a grapefruit basil spritzer. Actually, I might do our peach electrolyte basil spritzer from Living Well. That might be the one that I make with dinner tonight. We'll see how the rest of the day goes because the kitchen is currently a mess behind you. I will put some B-roll here on the screen, but the kitchen is a mess. So I'm just doing a reset while the bacon finishes up. I'm unloading one dishwasher, reloading another one, letting the muffins cool. I've got all of the produce over there, and I'm currently rinsing and washing our fresh herbs. Okay, looking at myself right now in the viewfinder, you can tell it has been a full day. My outfit is so wrinkly. I have been running around. I just checked my Oura ring. We're only at 12,000 steps. Girls, how about the Oura ring update? We've talked about this and how I went from easily crushing 16,000 steps per day to now on a good day, getting 12 to 13,000 steps per day. It's like a knife to the heart, but we're over 13,000 steps. The day is not done. I mean, it's definitely done. I'm ready to close down the kitchen. I do want to quickly put together a little spritzer to enjoy as a treat for myself for all of the hard work that we have done today, because we deserve a little treat. Us girlies who are busy in the kitchen deserve a little treat after we put in all of the sweat equity for our family and for ourselves to benefit for the week ahead. Okay, girls, cheers. This is so delicious. So I had actually just opened a Spindrift and put it in a glass. That's why I was pouring from a glass into another glass, because I didn't think I would get time to finish everything, all of the dishes, and make the spritzer. But you know what I did? I said to myself, Jessica, you deserve the 5 minutes to put together an electrolyte mineral spritzer for yourself as a little boost to finish up cleaning and packing everything up and putting it away. So cheers to you, girls. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today and for watching today's video. And I hope that you found a ton of inspiration for your delicious summer hormone healing meal prep. And if you liked today's video, you can let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And now the subscribe button is right over here on the screen. Give that a click. That way you don't miss a single video. And I hope to see you back here next Thursday.